Well, the lyometer has us at 19.8 miles a gallon. I can tell you what, that is not accurate. We will be doing hand-calculated MPGs in this video. So for today's video, we're going to be comparing MPG before and after deletes. This especially applies to the 07.5 to 2012 pre-def model years, but I will comment on the newer trucks as well later in the video. Welcome to the screen recording part of the video. This is where we've got all our data put together. And let's do a quick rundown on what we have. In the gray, we have tanks that I've ruled out of the data set. They involve towing, and we want to just keep it apples to apples with non-towing miles. And then in red here, we have all of the emissions intact MPG tanks. And then we have in green our deleted tanks. And over to the right here, we have the average of those. So for stock, we came in at about 16.2, and for deleted, we came in at about 17.6, an improvement of about 1.5 miles a gallon. That's pretty far off the 3, 4, 5 mile per gallon estimates that I was reading online prior to doing any deletes and tuning. Now we are running a stock tune, and this truck is driven 90 to 95% highway miles. So if you're do a lot of city driving, say I had 30 or 40% city miles, it's possible that I would have seen more like 2 or 3 miles a gallon improvement. But this is an older truck, pre-def, and the new trucks, they get 17 miles a gallon emissions intact, maybe 17 and a half. And well, they do have taller gear ratios like the 342 in the rear end and things like that, which helps. But and I do have the manual transmission, which is a higher revving setup, so that plays into it a little bit. But still, the difference on the newer trucks would be less than what I see here, I think, because those trucks, they just do better on fuel economy in the first place. They don't regen half as much as these old ones do, which saves some fuel. Another thing to note is that somewhere in here, we decided to unplug the EGR, and that actually improved fuel economy by a full mile per gallon. So compared to bone stock, I think we could add 1 mile per gallon here and say that we actually picked up about 2.4 miles a gallon or 2.5 versus when I was very early in the days here. You could see there was a bunch in the 14s and 15s. I got a couple in the 16s. You'll see, though, eventually it trends up a little bit. We start seeing more 17s in here. So it was possible to get 17 miles a gallon when the truck was completely stock, but we never saw 18. When you come up here, suddenly, boom, very first tank, over 18. Second tank, 18 and a half, just about. That's my all-time record, which we just tied it a couple weeks ago with another 18 and a half. So we've cracked 18 3 times here, and we have been below 17 just once. So the truck is doing a whole lot better. And you even look at this, where we were over 17 miles a gallon despite me pulling the trailer for about 50 miles during that tank. That was pretty impressive, actually. I think we would have got 18 on that tank if it wasn't for the towing. So it's a little bit disappointing that we didn't see 3, 4, 5 miles a gallon. It's a little bit disappointing that the truck doesn't get as good a fuel economy as 5.9 Cummins would. But it's still pretty good now, and the improvement will save hundreds of dollars in diesel fuel bills over the long haul. So I hope you all found this video informative. I will see you in the next video.